All right. Good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's call. Today it is a blessing that we have Coach Manish to into our training for today, into digging deep about the power of Bitcoin and how you could enjoy this specific cryptocurrency. Without delay, ladies and gentlemen, allow me usher in and welcome a super leader, a gentleman that comes from the hard knocks, the schools of the hard knocks of the crypto market space, who has been able to mentor so many people across the world on our call for today. And he is our host. Ladies and gentlemen, join me as we welcome none other than Coach Manish to take us through this morning. Welcome, sir, and the microphone is yours.
All right. Thank you so much, Leader Julius, and very warm welcome to all of you, those who have joined in time. And if you have invited anyone to attend today's session, please send them the last reminder that we are going to start the session now. And I welcome you all. My name is Manish, and I belong from India. I'm a V3 leader in Royal Q, and I am been uh, working in this wonderful platform and uh, wonderful platform of Royal Q, and also with an association with Crypto Ambassadors, Team Crypto Ambassadors. And recently, I have completed my 2 years in this wonderful journey. So, thank you so much, all of you, for joining. And let us start today's session. Today, we are going to talk about Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin? What is the most important event in Bitcoin? And how we can take the maximum advantage of this, the very wonderful event of Bitcoin halving, which is coming very soon, and how we can prepare ourselves to take the maximum advantage of this great opportunity using our Royal Queue, and what is the best strategy to trade on Bitcoin using our automated bot, that is Royal Queue. So let me share my screen first. Give me 1 minute, and again I will request all of you. Again, I will request all of you to invite all your friends, all your teammates, all your known people, all your prospects also to attend this session, as this may be an eye opener for all of us. So let me share this slide for you. I hope you can see my slide and you can hear me loud and clear. If you can hear me loud and clear, type yes in the chat, and if you can see my slide also, type yes in the chat so that I can start the session. Okay, thank you so much. So today we are going to talk about Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency, and it was the first cryptocurrency to be launched ever in the last 15 years. And we have been seeing that more than 23,000 different cryptocurrencies have been evolving after this first cryptocurrency, which started in the year 2009. When we talk about cryptocurrency, we must understand that cryptocurrency is a virtual currency designed to act as money and a form of payment. But what makes it different and unique is that it is outside the control of any one person, group, or entity, and thus removing the need for any third party involvement in the financial transaction. So this is a form of money that you can use on internet. But what makes it difference is the power of our own control over our money. We don't have to involve, or we don't have to take permission from any third party, and this is fully in our control. That is why it is called decentralized cryptocurrency. So why it is called decentralized? Because it is secured by an innovative technology that we call blockchain. A blockchain is a method by which we record the transaction, but unlike the centralized process, centralized method of keeping the ledger of any transaction involved, that is being followed by the central authorities or banks. This is different, and this is called a distributed database, and it is a distributed digital ledger. So why we call it distributed? Because it is not controlled, or the ledger is not maintained by a single person or a single authority. Unlike that, it is distributed. The transaction and the record of the ledger is distributed among all the people who together come as nodes, and they form a blockchain. And this blockchain is also very secure, because it is practically impossible to hack this the record that is maintained on this blockchain. That is why we call it a hack proof method and highly secure, and a peer to peer network. So why do we need Bitcoin? The first question that comes to our mind, when we all have different currencies around the world, and we all use the currency issued by our banks and our government. So why do we need what was the problem behind which the solution came in form of Bitcoin. Before Bitcoin, and apart from Bitcoin, we can only use our local currency that is issued by our banks and controlled by government. But since the last many years, we have been seeing that the value of our money is depreciating every year, and we call it inflation. Inflation is a common problem among all the countries. The value of your currency, whichever country you are coming from, whichever currency you have there, you have been noticing, you have been realizing that the value of our currency is depreciating every year, and we call it inflation. That means the amount of products or services that we used to buy with the same amount of money previously, before some years, is not possible to buy the same product or same services using the same amount of money. That means we have to keep on increasing our income, so that we can meet our daily ends, and give our family a better life. So when we see that there is no solution to inflation, it is keep on growing every year, then the need arise to introduce or to launch a different form of currency that can be free from inflation, that is not affected by inflation. So the people who are behind the launching of or the idea of Bitcoin, they realized this, that's the main cause of inflation was the endless printing of currency by our banks. Our banks are now free to print as much and as many new currencies every year, every time they want, and there is no backing behind that. The quantity or the new currency that was previously backed by gold, but now we don't have any backing, and we see that banks are printing endless money out of thin air, and this is causing the value of our money, our currency, that is going down. So the banking system controls the financial transaction or the financial ecosystem. So now we need a new currency. Now we saw that we have have this problem, and the only solution to solve this problem and keep our money in some sort of asset that is scarce in quantity, that has scarcity through design, that has a fixed supply, and that can happen only when we have our own money that is free from inflation, and we can have a permissionless banking. We don't require any bank or any third party to give us permission or to verify the transaction. Uh, so this was the reason behind, and this was the idea why we need Bitcoin, as Bitcoin is our own currency and it is free from inflation and it is scarce in quantity. When I talk about scarce in quantity, I will share how much Bitcoin is the total supply of Bitcoin. But first, let us understand what are the different ways how we can make money from cryptocurrency. Any cryptocurrency that we now want to make money from, it gives us four different activities that we can use to make money from cryptocurrency. And the first and the foremost activity which started from the birth of Bitcoin was through mining. Mining means make crypto when we generate new coins of crypto using hardware assets and learn and earn profit in the mining as form of mining rewards. We validate the transactions over blockchain, and we solve some complex mathematical puzzles, and as a reward we can earn a mining reward. And this process is the way the new coins are generated. So mining was the first activity, the first way of earning money from cryptocurrency. It started from the birth of Bitcoin. Now we can also use the second method, that is called holding. Holding means when we see that the prices of our cryptocurrencies is going higher in the future, we can hold it just like we save our money in form of some asset. You maybe you are investing in gold, you may be investing in real estate, you may be investing in some other form of assets. But now we have this wonderful asset that is free from inflation and is growing in value every time, every year. So we can buy and hold crypto for long term appreciation gains. And this is a very wonderful form of investment. The third activity, which also started by the introduction of staking by the different exchanges, they wanted us to put our crypto assets on stake, and this way they can use that assets for their own use. And by staking, that we mean that we are putting our assets for a fixed deposit, just like we open a fixed deposit account in our banks. Same way, these exchanges, which are actually acting as a crypto bank, they also provide us this option to keep our assets on keep our cryptocurrency assets and to on a stake, and they generate yields like rewards on internet. So this is the third activity. But the most popular and the most loved way of making money from cryptocurrency is through trading. Trading means when you buy low and sell high any asset and make a profit in between. So trading crypto is a consistent way we can do every day. Even we can start with small amount of investment or capital, and this way we buy when the price of cryptocurrency goes low, and we sell when the price of our asset is increased. So because this market is open 24 by 7, and it is highly volatile market, we see the market fluctuations every day and within few hours. So we can take advantage, the traders, they take advantage of this high volatility of the market, and they start trading and buying and selling. But this activity requires knowledge and skill, otherwise you may also end up in going in loss. So for trading purpose, what we do, which this is the most profitable way and the easiest and the most secure way to trade, is using artificial intelligence technology that we use in our robot, that is Royal Q. Royal Q is an automated bot that helps us trade in cryptocurrency in our exchange on behalf of our of in our exchanges. And this is a wonderful software which helps us to trade 24 by 7, even without going into the market, without going online in the market all the day and all the night. And it works for us 24 by 7, making good profits every time, following our instructions and using the best strategies. So, this is what we can do. But the most important thing that we must understand is about the cycle of Bitcoin, that is repeating its cycle in every 4 years. Why it is a 4 year cycle? Because in every 4 years there comes a very important event in the crypto industry that we call Bitcoin halving. Bitcoin halving is an event when the reward for mining Bitcoin transaction is cut to half. Remember, I told you the first activity that started from the birth of Bitcoin was through mining Bitcoin. And when some people mine Bitcoin, they solve the complex mathematical puzzles over internet, and they generate new coins. The reward, they earn a mining reward, or we also call it a block reward. But due due to for the purpose of maintaining the supply of Bitcoin total to 21 million, this halving happens in every 4 years. And this is so well designed that the in every 4 years the reward for mining Bitcoin is cut to half. That is why we call it halving. How it works, you can see and you can study by this wonderful slide that is showing the next Bitcoin halvings, which are going to continue for another more than 100 years till the total supply of Bitcoin is reduced to zero. And we already have witnessed three halvings. First was in the year 2012, the second was in 2016, and the last one was in 2020. So you can see this happens in every 4 years. And when we understand the last halving, the third halving, which occurred in 2020, so now we are waiting most in very excited, in very with lot of excitement for the next halving, which is going to happen very soon in 2024 itself. So how this halving works? This is the block reward which people used to earn in the first era, in the first era, in the first era. Sorry for that interruption. So the block reward which was given to the miners for solving the mining process was 50 Bitcoin in the first era. In the first 4 years of the launching of Bitcoin, the miners used to earn 50 Bitcoin as a mining reward. Later, that after the first halving, which happened in 2012, the block reward was reduced to 25. That is half of what we used to earn before. After another halving, which occurred in 2016, the block reward was again reduced to 12.5. And now we see that if we mine Bitcoin at the current time, we can earn a block reward of 6.25 Bitcoin. But this is just a matter of few days or few months, because we are approaching the fourth halving, which is going to happen in 2024, and most probably it is going to happen in April 2024. We are right now talking in February, so only 2 months or even less than 60 days are remaining for the next Bitcoin halving, when the block reward will again be cut to half from 6.25, that is the current reward, to 3.125. So this is not the last chance to witness this halving. This is going to continue in the coming 100 years till this reward is cut to half in every 4 years till this is reduced to zero. So this is the wonderful pattern or the wonderful system that involves the reward for Bitcoin mining also, and also it is responsible to maintain the total supply of Bitcoin, which cannot go more than 21 million. So this is the process by which they maintain the total supply of Bitcoin, which will never go beyond 21 million Bitcoin. So when we see that the supply is fixed, it is fixed to 21 million, no matter how high the demand increases. As we all know, there are more than 8 billion people around the world. So currently, only around 4 to 5% of the world population is invested into Bitcoin. Just imagine when 5% of the total world's population is invested into Bitcoin. Still, the Bitcoin prices have been rising since the last 15 years, and it has now reached to a wonderful milestone of $50,000 per Bitcoin. So this is just a starting of the Bitcoin cycle or halving cycle. What can happen when this halving continues, and what can happen when you can imagine how much the demand can increase when the total people who are invested into Bitcoin, which is just 5% right now, what can happen when they increase to 10%, just double of what we are invested into Bitcoin. So this can create a huge demand for this wonderful asset. And since the supply of Bitcoin is fixed to 21 million, no more than 21 million Bitcoins can be generated. So everybody who wants to own a few Bitcoins, they have to pay a higher price in the coming days. So this is the main process by which the supply is limited, and this is the only factor responsible for the incredible growth in the prices of Bitcoin. So how Bitcoin prices have been increasing, how this asset has been evolving since the last 15 years. Let me explain it to you using this wonderful chart. Let me make it full screen for you. Let me make it full screen. Okay. 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 Now let us study this chart and take a close look on this chart. This is the journey of Bitcoin from the starting till today, from the day it started in 2009, and where we are here now. Let me give you some brief introduction about this. This was the year when it was started, and we are here now in 2024, approaching the next halving. And all these halvings are shown by these blue dotted lines. Can you see these blue dotted lines? They are indicating the halving events, and the gap between each of them is 4 years approximately. So this is going to repeat in every 4 years. And what is the impact of this halving? That is what we need to understand right now in this chart. When Bitcoin was launched in 2009, the price of Bitcoin was even less than $1. It was even less than $1. It was around 0.03 dollars. And this era was called Pioneers era. Pioneers era means only the people who took interest in this knowledge, in this new software. They started to mine Bitcoin to earn the reward, the mining reward, which was initially around 50 Bitcoin. And they accumulated lot of Bitcoin, thousands and thousands of Bitcoin, but most of them lost it due to lack of awareness and ignorance. They didn't knew that the price of Bitcoin would be touching $50,000 or above in the future. So gradually people started to take interest in this era, and the price, which was even less than $1, it touched a highest price, a all-time high price in this era, which was around $15 per Bitcoin. $15 per Bitcoin was the highest price, the all-time high price of Bitcoin. And then when the price touches all-time high point, it has to come down also, because a lot of people start to sell Bitcoin to make the profit, to make the trading profit. They started selling, so price is going down. But again, the first halving happened in the year 2012. This was the first halving, and this event took the price, which was going down, to a bull market, and the price started to surge high and higher, and till it reached the next all-time high in this era, which is called speculators era. And the highest price recorded in this era was around $1,000 per Bitcoin. $1,000, which was an incredible growth, since when it started, it was even less than $1, and the previous all-time high was around $15. So people were so amazed that to see that Bitcoin prices have now touched $1,000. But again, after every bull market, we see a bear market. The prices has to come down, because a lot of people started selling at this highest price, and soon Bitcoin approached its next halving, which was in the year 2016. This halving again changed the direction, changed the trend of the market from downtrend to uptrend. Again, we saw a new all-time high, which was created in this era. This era, we call it a retail traders era. Retail traders, why we call? Because lot of retailers and small shop owners were now started accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment. They realized that this is a growing asset. This is better than money. This is better than the local currency issued by the government. So they started putting a sign outside their shop that we accept BTC as form of payment also. So now this accelerated the growth of and awareness of the Bitcoin among the public, and this took the price to a new all-time high, and this time it was around $12,000 per Bitcoin. $12,000 approximate was the highest price of this era, but still it was incredible, from $15 to $1,000, and now Bitcoin has touched a highest price of $12,000. Again, people started to sell and make profit, and this market trend changed to bear market, and down market was soon ended, because people were now waiting for the next halving, which was the last halving, which we saw in the year 2020. 2020, just 4 years back, was the last halving or the third halving of Bitcoin. And again, prices started to go up, and it touched and formed a new all-time high. And this was an incredible growth of $69,000 mark. $69,000 was the highest price recorded till date of Bitcoin. This happened in the year 2021. Just 1 year after the halving, Bitcoin has already created a new all-time high. And what you see through the analysis of this chart, one basic fact this chart is showing you is, every time this halving happens, one basic fact that this you can learn from this from this chart is this halving event is so important that it is so powerful that it can change the course and the trend of the market. The market which was previously going down, it has the power to change the trend of the market from downtrend to uptrend, from bull bear market to bull market. And every time this halving happens, within 1 year, Bitcoin creates a new all-time high. And we now see that all the new all-time highs were higher than the previous highs. It has not came down every in any era or in after any halving. It has created a new all-time high, and it has broken its own record. It has broken its own record of all-time highs, and every time it creates a higher high. That is the power of this Bitcoin halving, because the the halving is so well designed that the supply is going lower and lower, and the cost of mining and the cost of this mining process is getting higher and higher. So demand is also increasing, and this is the cause behind the growth in the prices of Bitcoin. So when we look at this chart, what we see, we can see uh, we can see what happened in the history, and we can take lessons from the historical chart of Bitcoin. And what we can do is to prepare ourselves for what is coming in the future. We can also learn from these events what we can expect after the next halving. So, what is the most powerful and the most golden opportunity that is approaching us very soon is this next halving, which is proposed to happen in 2024 April. Just 2 months remaining, and you will all see this fourth halving, and again the history is going to repeat itself. Again we see that prices has already came down from $69,000 to around $15,000, which was the lowest price recorded in 2022. The lowest price recorded here, somewhere here around 2022. And now we have seen that from 15,000, it has already touched almost $50,000 till today. $50,000 is already achieved. And what is coming in this after this halving is a new all-time high, which is most likely to be higher than the previous all-time high. Anybody can now tell that the next all-time high has to be higher than the previous all-time high, which was $69,000. Because this has been repeating in every era. You can see this has been repeating. In every era, we saw a new all-time high. So this has to repeat this time also. And this time it is also expected to be a massive bull run, because a lot of new updates and new things have been happening since this starting of this 2024, and which has never happened before. So what you see from this chart is a clear uptrend from around $0.01 to around $50,000 that is today. So this has been almost 6 million% growth in your investment. So just imagine if you had this information before. Let me ask you a very simple question. If you had this information before, wouldn't you have invested a lot of money in the initial years, in the pioneers era, or in the speculators era, or even in the retail traders era? If you had invested your money into this best performing asset of the last decade, you you could have benefited from this incredible growth of 6 million%. All of us must have invested. All of us must have invested, but most of us, almost every one of us, has missed this opportunity before. Some of you may say that we have accumulated Bitcoin when it was at the lowest price, but most of us miss this opportunity. But this opportunity is not missing you. It is repeating itself. It is giving you the same opportunity every time. Before the halving, the prices go down, and it invites all the investors to buy and accumulate Bitcoin when the price is at the lowest. And we all see that these are the lowest prices after the bull run ends and the market goes down. This is the perfect opportunity to buy Bitcoin, and this is the perfect opportunity to sell Bitcoin when it touches a new all-time high. Most of the experts around the world, most of the big experts and big investors around the world, they are expecting and they are predicting a new all-time high, which can be around $100,000, $100,000 to somewhere around $1 million even. $100,000 to $1 million is the prediction of most experts, that this can be the new all-time high price of Bitcoin. Whatever, how correct they are, since we have been seeing that this is the power of Bitcoin halving. So nobody of us wants to miss this opportunity, because most of us missed this three times before. You can even take reference of the prices before and after the halving. Every time it has grown so high that it is beyond our expectation. After the first halving, which happened in 2012, before that, at the time of Bitcoin halving, the price was around $182. You can see the price of Bitcoin at the time of this 2012 halving was $182. But 1 year later, the halving, it has grown up to $510. Same happened in 2016, the second halving. The price at the time of 2016 halving was $661. But 1 year later, the Bitcoin was trading at a higher price of $2,600. This again happened in the third halving, 2020 halving. At that time, price of Bitcoin was around $8,600, but 1 year later, Bitcoin was trading at $58,000. And I already told you, the highest price it has touched was $69,000. So this is how Bitcoin has been behaving before and after the halving. What we have learned from this lesson is a great opportunity, and it is so powerful. It has the power to change our future. If you take action at the right time, in the right way, in the right direction, this can help you to change your financial future. So whatever the price is at the time of this Bitcoin halving is a great opportunity to grow your asset, to grow your money into the best performing asset of the decade. And you can expect this to be a great opportunity for all of us, especially for those people who missed this three times before. If you missed this three times before, don't don't think about missing this time, because this is the perfect opportunity, and no other asset in the world has given this kind of return, and this opportunity is here to stay. 1 year before the halving, Bitcoin is at the lowest price, and 1 year after the halving, Bitcoin touches a new all-time high. This happened three times before. If you miss this all three times before, don't miss this time. This may be your once in a lifetime opportunity. And Bitcoin halving process is already 94% completed. Only 60 days are remaining. This slide is also a few months, I think 1 month back, I added this slide, but now less than 60 days are remaining. You can say 2 months are the period of waiting and not waiting, but to prepare for this halving. And what Bitcoin has already showed you is a clear trend. This we call it a 4 year cycle, 4 year cycle of Bitcoin. Why we call it 4 year cycle? You already have understood from the last chart. 4 year is the halving event time, and this is how Bitcoin prices have been repeating and giving us a clear trend in since the last many years. 3 years of uptrend is followed by 1 year of downtrend. Can you see 2001 to 2016, 2013 were uptrend, but 2014 was a downtrend. 2014 was a downtrend. I hope you can see my screen. I hope you can see my screen. Let me share it again. Let me share it again. If you don't see my screen, okay, some people are saying we can't see. Let me share it again. Let me share it again. I hope you saw the Bitcoin stock to flow chart. I hope you didn't miss to see and understand about the Bitcoin stock to flow chart. Was that visible to you or not? Did you saw and understood the Bitcoin stock to flow chart? Okay. Thank you so much. I hope you understood is the most important thing about today's session, that is the Bitcoin stock to flow chart. Let me share the screen again. Let me share the screen again. And let me share. Okay. I hope you can see now. You can see the screen is visible now. If you can see, type yes in the chat. If you can see now. If you can see now, type yes in the chat. Is it visible? Okay, thank you so much. So I was talking about the 4 year cycle of Bitcoin, which is showing that Bitcoin has been following a clear trend. 3 years of uptrend, 3 years of up market is followed by 1 year of downtrend. You can see 2014 was a down market, but after this 2014, 3 years were up market again. 3 years we saw up market from 2015 to 2017. Again, 1 year was down market. 2018 was a down market, and this repeated in the again 3 years. This repeated 3 years again, as 2019 to 2021 was 3 years of up market, and we saw 2022 as 1 year of down market. So can you see a clear trend in this history of Bitcoin? 3 years of down market is followed by 1 year of 3 years of up market is followed by 1 year of down market. And again, 1 year of down market is followed by 3 years of up market. Can you see a clear trend? Can you see a clear trend? This has been repeating itself. Why it is a 4 year cycle? We know that Bitcoin halving is repeating in every 4 years. So when we saw the last down market of 1 year, which was in 2022, we saw that 2023 was going up, and we have now just entered into 2024. And what can happen in 2024 and 2025 is a clear uptrend that all of you now have a knowledge about. And why this happens? Because 2024 is the year of Bitcoin halving. So when is the best time to buy Bitcoin? When all these four factors are in our favor. All these four factors are in our favor. The adoption is low, which is already very low. Only 5% of the world's population is invested. When the price is low, This was actually at the lowest price in 2022, but still we are early. We are still before the halving, and before the major updates are happening, and before each Bitcoin halving. All these four factors are in our favor right now. And let us now take a calculation, or an assumption. If you had invested $10,000 12 years ago in any of these top companies around the world, all of these are world famous companies and top companies among their sector. Apple, which is the number one manufacturer of the mobile phones, if you had invested $10,000 12 years ago in Apple company, that $10,000 would have grown into around $1 million, $1 million or above. But that $10,000 in last 12 years, if you had invested in Netflix, would have grown to $112,000. If you had invested $10,000 12 years ago in Nvidia, and that $10,000 would have grown to $286,000. But that $10,000, if you had invested in Tesla, which is the number one and the most richest company in the world, that could have given you a return on investment as $720,000, $720,000. But the same $10,000, if you had invested 12 years ago in Bitcoin, would have given you an incredible and incomparable growth of $653 million. $653 million would have been your return on investment if you had invested just $10,000 12 years ago. But most of us missed this opportunity. But we can learn from this data and this growth of Bitcoin, this performance of Bitcoin, and we can now start. We are still very early because we are 2 months before the next halving. We can start accumulating Bitcoin starting from today if you had not already started. But some of you may say that it is too expensive now. I cannot afford to buy a Bitcoin of one Bitcoin of $50,000. You don't have to worry, because Bitcoin is available to buy even at in the smallest fraction of Bitcoin, in the smallest unit of Bitcoin, which is around 100 million part of a Bitcoin. This is called Satoshi. Satoshi is the smallest unit of Bitcoin. And if you want to know how many Satoshis you can have in just one Bitcoin can be divided and broken down into 100 million Satoshis. So this is the smallest unit of a Bitcoin. Even if you have $10 with you, $10 or $15 or $100, you can still go into your exchange or go to RoyalQ and buy Bitcoin. It is available for all of us. But how we can use this RoyalQ for a wonderful strategy, that we are going to learn in the next part of today's session. So keep in the session. Don't miss this session till the end. I'm going to share with you in the last part. I'm going to share with you a wonderful strategy we can use in RoyalQ to trade on a fully automated mode and make the best of this opportunity. So, as I already said, I already told you that only 4.5% of the global population is invested in crypto. Don't think that we are late. We are still early, and a lot of people are going to enter into Bitcoin. According to a statement by Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong, he says that crypto users will reach 2 to 3 billion in the next 10 years. So a lot of people are entering into this wonderful industry. Michael Saylor, who is the CEO of MicroStrategy, one of the biggest investor in Bitcoin, he says that Bitcoin industry will grow 100 times in the next decade with mainstream institutional adoption. What is the mainstream institutional adoption is talking about? We will see that we have already seen that from the starting January of this year 2024, from the starting of 2024, we have been hearing news about what big updates have been happening. The most anticipated and the most important event that has already been started from the starting of this year was the approval of ETF of almost 1 dozen companies. These are the big investors and the big players in financial markets. They are the biggest of all the asset management firms, and the biggest of all of them, the largest of all of them, is BlackRock. BlackRock has started and filed for Bitcoin ETF, and also Fidelity, which is the second largest firm. Uh, Following them, Invesco and Valkyrie, and even Franklin Templeton. These are billions and trillions of dollars funds which are going to invest in Bitcoin, and they have already been approved in January this month. In the previous month, all these Bitcoin ETF have been approved, and this is the size of investment or dollars which are coming to buy Bitcoin. Which they have already started, and due to that inflow of trillions of dollars, the Bitcoin has already started a uptrend. But this is just a starting. You will see what can happen in the coming 2 or 3 months, and this is going to be massive. Just imagine if these firms in if these four big companies, if they just decide to allocate only 4% of their funds into Bitcoin, if they just want to buy Bitcoin with just 4% of their total turnover, they have the power to buy each and every single Bitcoin available on this planet, because market cap of Bitcoin is much smaller than the total market cap of these four companies. These are so big that $27 trillion is coming to buy Bitcoin, and this is a massive bull run which is expected in the coming few months. And according to let me share with you, before I go to the second part of today's session, let me share what are the big experts around the world, the big investors around the world, saying about the price of Bitcoin and the prediction of Bitcoin price after this halving. According to a statement by $9 trillion BlackRock CEO Adam Black, he's the CEO of BlackRock. He predicts that cryptocurrencies will surpass the traditional currencies worldwide. What he's talking about is the Bitcoin, which is going to be the next most powerful currency in the world. It has the power to surpass the US dollar, and Bitcoin could pass $200,000 as institutions like BlackRock move in. This is a statement by Fundstrat. According to another prediction and a statement by Standard Chartered Bank, which is one of the most prestigious bank around the world, Standard Chartered Bank predicts that Bitcoin prices by the year 2024 can touch $120,000. $120,000 is the prediction of Bitcoin price in this year. Before this year ends, this can be the price of Bitcoin, which is now available at below $50,000. Bitcoin can hit 10 trillion market cap, says investors Dan Tapiero. According to another big investor, big billionaire VC Tim Draper, he predicts that Bitcoin prices can touch $250,000 by 2025. According to Robert Kiyosaki, who doesn't knows who this person is? Robert Kiyosaki, who's the world famous author of most bestseller book, of Rich Dad Poor Dad. He is a big investor in Bitcoin. He has been accumulating Bitcoin since many last 1 decade. And he says that US dollar will is going to die soon because Bitcoin is going to touch $120,000 in this 2024. He also gave another statement that it can touch to $500,000 in 2025. So these are the two statements by world famous financial author of the world, that is Robert Kiyosaki. Another statement by Blockstream CEO, he's Adam Black. But Bitcoin might reach 10 million in the next 9 years. And one of the biggest investor in Bitcoin, she's Kathy Woods, CEO of Arkwood and ARK Investors. ARK Investors have already filed for Bitcoin ETF and they are also approved. And she says that Bitcoin prices target by 2030 is $1.4 million. 1.4 in the bullish case, and even in the bearish case, Bitcoin prices cannot go below $258,000. So these are the important events that are going to happen in 2024. Stay alert, stay informed about what is going to happen. From the starting of 2024, January, Bitcoin ETFs have been approved. And this is the month of sentencing of CZ, who was the previous owner of Binance. And April is the month of Bitcoin halving. April 2024 is the month of Bitcoin halving, and following that, June is the month of another ETF which is expected to be approved. That is for Ethereum. Ethereum ETFs are also in the line. And September is the month of US election. And we all, if you go back in the history, after every halving, when US elections happens, that is the month that Bitcoin starts a bull run. A massive bull run always starts around US election, and September is the month of this year US election. So these are the most important crypto moments of 2024. You must stay informed. And the fun fact, after this, all these slides, all this information, is that Bitcoin is growing faster than every bank and every financial company in the history. It is the best performing asset of the last decade, and you cannot afford to miss this bull run, because this can be your last chance to change your financial future. If you are not started yet, today is the chance to get started. Already we are late, as this training I have been doing since last many months. I remember when I started this training session every Wednesday. I started many months before. Then Bitcoin was trading at $25,000, $27,000. Then I also did this session when Bitcoin was the price was at $32,000. I also did this session in the previous month in January, when Bitcoin was ranging around $46,000 or $47,000, and now I am here when Bitcoin is around $50,000. So we have seen this incredible growth, and this bull run has already started. Don't miss this chance to change your future. So now is the most important part of today's session. You all are excited. I hope you all have understood about this great opportunity, and you all are excited to learn how to take the advantage of this bull run, and how to use Royal Q, and what strategy to use in Royal Q to change our financial future, and how we can use this strategy to prepare ourselves for this bull run. And if you are excited, type excited. Let me see your excitement, how much excited you are. If you are excited, and you want to learn about the wonderful Bitcoin upmarket strategy, I am going to share with you in another 1 minute. If you are excited, type excited. If you want to learn, if you want to learn, type excited. I'm going to take you to Royal Queue. I can see all of you are excited. I can see all of you are excited, and I'm even as excited as you are. And let me share my screen again, and let us start to learn the wonderful strategy of Bitcoin bull run. So let us go to Royal Queue. This is our Royal Queue, as you must have this application with you in your phone. If you haven't started, if you don't have this wonderful robot with you in your phone, contact the person who had invited you in today's session. If you are excited to start, and this is the best way you can accumulate Bitcoin and also take the best profits from this bull run. If you don't have Royal Queue, contact the person who had invited you in today's session. So let me take you to a strategy of what we can use in our Royal Queue to trade on Bitcoin. So let me open the strategy. So this is the BTC strategy that I use, and this has been proven, tried and tested, and this can be your next game changer. So first of all, when you want to start and you want to trade on Bitcoin, because you know that Bitcoin right now, how much is Bitcoin at right now? Let us go and see the price of Bitcoin. The price is around $49,000. You can see it is just around $50,000. This is the price right now. It has already touched 50,000 to 47. That was the highest price in last 24 hours, 50,000 to 47. And it is going to continue this journey. It is going to continue this journey till it reaches the next all-time high. Next all-time high is around the corner. It may take 6 months, it may take 1 year, or even it may take another 18 months to reach this next all time high. And you can expect that it can go from 100,000 to $1 million per Bitcoin. That can be the next all time high. Whatever price you want to sell Bitcoin at, that can be according to your goal, your decision. That is your decision, how much take profit you want to take. But when you want to start at this price, this is a great opportunity. You can start trading, and you can make two different kinds of decision. You can make two different kinds of decision. First is you want to buy at this price and sell at this, the next all time high. First is you can buy here and sell here. How much profit, that is the future will tell you. But this is a long term strategy. This can be a long term. You have to wait for another 1 year, or maybe more than 1 year. But what is even better is another way of trading Bitcoin, and buying and selling and taking small profits every day. Every day or every week or every month, you will be taking small profits, and till you will keep on trading on Bitcoin on this uptrend. So you see, this is an uptrend. This is an uptrend. What we can do in Royal Q, we have an option of cycle strategy. We have an option of cycle strategy. We can trade on cycle. We can keep on buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, and robot will keep on repeating it on a cycle mode for as much time as you want. You can put it for another 1 year or 2 years or 6 months, whatever time you want. So this is how we are going to trade now. And let me again take you to the strategy that is called Bitcoin cycle strategy. This is a Bitcoin cycle strategy. How you can trade on a cycle mode? Cycle mode, what first let me explain what is a cycle. Currently we are trading on one shot. What we are doing is we are trading on one shot. One shot means you will buy, and once it sells the crypto for you, the trade ends there. The trade ends after this it has sold what it has bought for you. It will not buy again. But when we want to trade, instead of cycle, we instead of one shot, we want to trade on a cycle mode. It will keep on buying and selling and again buying and again selling on a cycle mode. It will come back and buy again. It will go higher and sell again. It will go down and buy again. And this can be a cycle strategy for as long as you want. So when we know that Bitcoin is on an uptrend and it will remain on an uptrend for another 1 year or even more, we can start this strategy and put it on cycle mode. If you come down, I have changed from one shot, I have given it cycle strategy, right? So how you can implement on this strategy, and how much capital you require, and how much capital you want to trade on each coin, that is the first thing you need to learn. Suppose someone says, I have $1,000 and I want to trade on cycle strategy in an uptrend. Give me the best bull run strategy. What I will advise you to do, first of all, divide this into three parts. Divide your total trading capital. I'm talking about the trading capital you going to use on this cycle strategy. On this strategy, first of all, don't want to trade, we don't want to invest all our money in one single coin. We don't want to make all our money trade in one coin. Instead, what we can do, we can divide our risk into three parts. So we can divide our total capital into three, whatever your total capital may be. I'm just giving you an example of $1,000. Someone may have $500, someone may have $1,500, someone want to trade on $3,000. It is up to you. Divide this into three parts and trade on three coins. First coin, that is the best coin among all of them, is BTC. We all know we want to trade on BTC, but don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't invest all your capital into just BTC. Take advantage of this strategy and trade on three different coins. What can be the second best coin? The second best coin we all know is Ethereum. Ethereum is among the second highest market cap coin. It is ranked at second number after BTC. So you can trade one part on Bitcoin, and second part you can trade on Ethereum, and you can keep your third portion of the capital for trading on any other coin which you want to decide, which you want to trade for another 1 year. I don't want to give you all the three coins. The third one you can decide yourself. Whichever coin you think, you believe, and you love, you can trade on the 1/3 of your capital. But these are the two essential coins which we must have. These are the two essential must have coins, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Third one can be of your choice. Someone wants to trade on Solana, you can trade on Solana. Someone wants to trade on XRP, you can trade on XRP. Someone wants to trade on BNB. Someone wants to trade on DOT. It is up to you, right? So first thing you need to do is divide your capital by three and invest in three different coins. Use the same strategy. So if someone says, I have $900, just for example, what I will do, I will divide it by three, and what comes as a result is $300 per coin. So this is the first thing you need to do. Divide your capital by three. Suppose I have $900, I will divide it by three, and I have now came to know that $300 is my total capital to be invested in one coin, and this way I will invest $300 in three different coins. So if I want to buy $300, invest it in Bitcoin, What do I need to do? Again, come back here in your calculator and divide this by, divide this. Let me make it again for you. First of all, divide the total capital. Suppose it is 1000, suppose it is 900. Divide it by 3. Suppose you want to trade with $300. This is the result, $300. Again, divide this by 8. Again, divide this. What is the capital for one coin? It is $300. In this case, divide this again by 8. So what the result comes has to be your first buy. Your result is your first buy. Let me go to calculator and give you a demo for this. Okay. So someone may say, I have $900 and I want to trade on 3 coins. What you need to do, divide this by 3. You will get $300 per coin. This is your result. For one coin, you want to trade with $300. Now again, divide this by 8. This is your first buy in amount. I hope you understood. You can write it down. This is a simple formula. Total capital that you want to invest in cycles trade, total capital divided by 3. What is the result? Divided by 8. Divided by 8, that is your first buy. 37.5 is my first buy right now. Okay. So what I will do, I will go back here and change the first buy to 37. 37 to make it a round figure. Okay. So this is the first buy. That means this is the times I will go and buy every time the market drops by certain percentage. So this is the first buy or a multiplication of value of the next margin calls. So how many margin calls I want to open? If this is my first buy, I will go and open 7 margin calls. Open 7 margin calls and also put the AI margin call. Keep this button open. This button should be on. Okay. AI margin call should be on. Margin call limit should be 7. Whole position take profit ratio, it is recommended in the default settings that you can take 1.3 or even you can change it to 1.5 or even up to 2%. Don't go above 2% because if you take a higher profit every time, it will take a longer time to sell. What we are focusing here is by increasing the times it will buy and sell, and we want to make it frequent. We want to make it very fast. So you can choose to take profit from 1.3% to a maximum of 2%. What I will suggest is 1.5, that is in between, that is good. The whole position take profit callback, you can take 0.3 or you can take 0.1 as per your choice. Now come below, and this is buy in callback. I hope you have understood till here. Now, before I go here, let me explain this page. Buy in callback is also 0.1. This is good. Change it to 0.1. And sub position take profit callback is can be also 0.3 or minimum 0.1. I will change it to 0.1, which is good. Okay. Keep the strategy period. Keep the strategy period as 1. Keep the strategy period as 1. I think I have lost the pencil control over my pencil. Okay. Is leader Julius here? If you can hear me, can you please unshare my screen or stop sharing? I will share again because I have lost control on my pencil. My annotation is not working. If leader Julius is not here, I will request leader Doris to inform him and ask him to stop the sharing. so I can share again. I hope this is possible. I'm not able to control my pencil. Yes, I am the host, and but I don't know how to stop this. If leader Julius can come, I don't find a way to go back to the participants and change the mode. What you can do, leader Doris, please call Mr. Julius and ask him to reclaim the host, because he started the session. He can reclaim the host, and then he can stop the sharing. That is the only way we can work it out. If he can, yes, thank you so much, leader Doris. If he can reclaim the host, then only he can stop the share, because my screen is now freezed. So let us wait for leader Julius. Okay, thank you so much, leader Julius. Thank you so much. And I will request you to stay as a co-host, so you can take charge anytime that is required. Okay, so now let us go back to the screen and understand the strategy. I hope you have understood till here that how to calculate the total amount for each trade and how to calculate your first buy. Since I have taken an example of $300 at for one coin, I can trade with $37 as my first buy, 37 USDT. I will open 7 margin calls and keep the strategy mode to cycle. Keep the strategy mode to cycle. Before we go to the margin configuration, let me give you another advice that you can use this option of first position drop, and you can put a 0.5% here, or a maximum of 1% also you can put. You can put a 0.5%, or you can even increase it to 1%. So what this is about, this is the first position drop. This can act as a preset price also. If you put a 1%, if you don't put anything here, if you leave it blank, what will happen? It will start buying for you, first call, second call, third call, fourth call, and so on. And when it starts selling, it will sell all of the asset at the higher price. Suppose this is the take profit you put here. This is the price you want to sell, and it will go up and sell at this point. It will sell at the higher price. And if you put a zero here, or if you don't put anything here, it will buy again at the same higher price. It will buy again at the same higher price, since you want to continue this strategy on a cycle mode. So if you don't want to buy at a higher price on which it has sold the asset, what you can do, you can put a 1% or 0.5% here. When you put 0.5%, what the robot will do, suppose it has bought the first buy here, then this is the first call, this is the second call, this is the third call, and so on. And when it sells, it goes up here at the take profit price, and it sells here. It sells here, but it will wait for a 1% drop from this price. So when the price comes down by 1%, this is the drop I want the robot to take and buy here. So every time it starts again the from the first buy, after selling the all the calls, after selling all the calls, when it wants to start again and it buys the first buy, it will wait for a drop of 1%. Okay, so this will help you to reduce your floating loss and take a little drop after you buy it in the again cycle mode. So now let us go to margin configuration. That is where we decide how much market drop we want to take in each call and how many times we are going to buy. Since our first buy is 37 and we have opened 7 margin calls, so these are the 7 margin calls. As you can see, these are the 7 margin calls, and it is very simple that every time we are going to buy one time in the 7 margin calls. So this is why now you understand, if our total capital was 300, why I had divided into 8 times. Why? Because 7 margin calls are here and plus 1 is our first buy. 1 is our first buy. So total robot will buy 8 times of our first buy. So whatever first buy you keep, that should be 8 times of our, the total capital should be 8 times of our first buy. That is how the first buy and the calls are calculated. So every time market drops by the given percentage, it will go and buy $37 again. It will use $37 and keep on buying every call. So this is the most easy strategy. Every time you are buying with the same amount, one time of your first buy, and you are taking advantage of the drop in the market. So how much drop you can take, that depends on your risk appetite. But what we suggest is you can take a minimum drop of 10% in these 7 margin calls. Because when we are trading in up market, previously we were taking more than 10%, even 30 to 40%, but now we are already entered into the bull run. And this is the bull run strategy. When bull run starts, it is not expected that prices can go at least more than 10%. So how you can take a 10% drop? In the first call, I have given 0.5%. So that is a very small drop. Then 1% and 1%, it will buy second call and third call. Fourth call, I have given 1.5%. So you can see it is a total of 4% in these 4 margin calls, because this is where it is going to sell in whole warehouse mode. This is where it is going to sell in whole warehouse mode. After it has bought the 4th call and it wants to buy the 5th call, this is where the sub-bin mode activates. And the last 3 margin calls, I have given a 2% drop each. So in this way, I have taken 4% in the upper part of the strategy and a 6% below. So total drop can be 10%. You can take more drop if you fear, if you have a larger fear. If you fear a lot, you can take 10% to 20% or even more. But we don't expect that market can go below 10% now, as market is already in an uptrend. So this is how we distribute our capital in these 7 margin calls, so we can take advantage of this bull run and decide our capital. So how this will work, I hope you have now understood. So what can be the minimum capital that can be used for trading in one coin? Let me see if anybody is here is smart enough and he can tell what can be the minimum capital that we can use to trade on one coin, either BTC or Ethereum. What can be the minimum capital if you want to use this strategy? How much capital do we require? No, 300, I gave you an example. But what can be a minimum capital? I want some answers. Some answers who now know what is how we are trading. Okay, so I can see two of you who have given the right answer. Let me try if I can pronounce your names right. MN. I can write it down. I cannot. I'm not good enough in my English. I cannot speak your name. I apologize that. For that limitation, but you two are the right people who have calculated and given the right answer. That is $120. And now we can see more of the answers are getting right. Yes, leader Julius is also saying $120. So how we got $120? How we got $120? Because we know that minimum first buy that we can use is $15. That is recommended by our leaders and our experts. $15 is our first buy. So if minimum first buy is $15 and we are buying 8 times of our first buy, that is 15. So total capital can be as low as 120 USDT. 15 multiplied by 8. So even if someone says that I have as little capital as $120, he can still go and trade on Bitcoin using $120 as a minimum capital required. I hope now you have an idea. So you can yourself decide your capital, whatever capital you want. I gave you the formula divided by 3. That is equal to the amount you are using for one coin. One coin is your trading capital divided by 3. And whatever the capital comes, the one capital comes and divided by 8, that is your first buy. Open 7 margin calls, give a drop of 10% to the maximum and trade one time each on these 7 margin calls. So this is how you want to trade. And let me give you, before I go, let me give you an example. Suppose I want to trade on Ethereum. I'm not opening BTC because I'm already trading on BTC. So if I want to trade on Ethereum, come here, open the trade settings, and click on choose a strategy. And I have already applied that strategy for $300. This is the first buy amount. You can reduce it to 37 also or 30 also, whatever you want. And these are the margin calls, 7 margin calls. And this is how I'm going to trade. And these are the 7 margin calls. So when you have applied this strategy, click on save and confirm. So the settings will be saved. But the next thing you want to, before you want to start, click on this strategy mode. Come here. And before you start, click on this strategy mode, because you need to change the strategy mode from whole warehouse mode to sub-bin mode real time, because we are trading in sub-bin mode. Sub-bin mode means you are trading in sub-bin mode, and after the 4th call, each call will be traded individually, and every time it can buy and sell separately and give you profit in sub-bin mode. So confirm this as sub-bin mode real time, and now you are good to start. You can click on start button, and this you can use for Bitcoin and as well as Ethereum. Because why I gave you second coin as Ethereum, let me show it to you. If I go to 1 week chart, you can see the growth of Ethereum also. From the lowest price that was around $1,500, it has already reached to $2,700, more than $700. So this is around 2 times of what you had invested a few months back. So still the journey is going to continue. Most experts believe that it can go up to $5,000 minimum, that is expected as the next all-time high. So you can start here and keep on trading on Ethereum also on cycle mode, open 7 margin calls and start this trade if you want. Or you can go to Bitcoin, and you can also use the same strategy, because you see a few months back it was around 24,800. You can see it was as low as 24,800 and now it is just around $50,000. It has already given a 2x return if you had started here. So still it is going to continue till at least $100,000. That is the least expected price in this year, maybe in a few months from now. So thank you so much for learning with me, and I hope I gave you a clear understanding why Bitcoin halving is important, why this is the greatest opportunity for all of us. If you had missed this before, this is the last time you can use this knowledge and use this Royal Q wonderful strategy to trade for you. This is a cycle strategy. You don't have to come again and buy and sell from manually. This is fully automated strategy and it will work for you auto on auto mode 24 by 7. Thank you so much, all of you. If you have any doubts or question, you are free to ask, or we can close the session. If you have any question, you can ask. Thank you so much for all of you, all your lovely comments. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Leader Doris, and Leader Julius, for giving me this opportunity. And if Leader Julius is here, I will request him to come and close the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Coach Manish, for the amazing sharing we have had today. We really appreciate, sir. I see you have some hands. You don't know if you could be able to handle, but you may have nothing to add.
If someone wants to ask anything, you can write in the chat. If you want to ask anything, you can write in the chat. Someone is asking they want a recorded video. I think this session was live on YouTube. You can go to Crypto Ambassadors YouTube channel. If you don't have subscribed, you can subscribe Crypto Ambassadors on YouTube, and you can watch all the recordings, including this one, in the live section on YouTube. And Leader Doris has also shared the YouTube link. Thank you so much, Leader Doris. And can I see some questions? I can. Okay. Can $2,000 trade BTC? Yes, you can trade as much amount. The minimum required capital for this strategy is $120. I told you. Above that, you are good to go. Okay, real-time settlement eats a lot of fuel fees. You have to pay the fuel fees every time you make a profit to Royal Q. That is 20% of the profit you have to pay. Even if you put it on sub-bin mode, you don't want to put it on sub-bin real time, you can put it on sub-bin mode. That way you are not saving your fuel fees, you are just delaying the profit and the fuel fees to be charged. So once you want to close the trade on, you can go and change from cycle mode to one shot. After it has sold all of your asset, it will give you it will charge your fuel fees from your asset wallet. So you don't have you cannot miss to pay the fuel fees, but you can pay that fuel fees, and you can earn for that fuel fees if you make a team. That is the only way you can save your fuel fees to be charged from your profit. If you make a team, even a small team, you will earn this fuel fees reward from your team's profit also. So that is what we are doing. I am doing this also. I am paying my fuel fees entirely from my rewards that I get every day from my team's trading profit. So you can also build a good team, and that is the only way you can save your expenses and make good profits in Royal Cube. What length of time can the trade go on cycle mode, and how do you close to stop the trade? You can stop the trade once you want to stop. Suppose you see after 6 months or 1 year that Bitcoin is has reached the all-time high. You can go. Let me share my screen for you to explain. Once you have seen that I want to stop the trade. Once you decide that I want to stop this trade, go to this trade. Suppose this is on cycle. This is my trade, and I am trading on cycle. If I want to close this trade, just click here on one shot and convert this from cycle. This is on cycle to one shot. Just change the strategy mode from cycle to one shot. One shot means you want to sell when it is in profit, and then you don't want the robot to buy again. So this is how you can change, and you can stop the strategy when you want. I hope this is clear. Someone wants to unmute, I think. Let me unmute you. Mr. Paul, you want to ask anything? You can unmute.
Yes, good morning, all.
Yes,
Thanks
good
a
morning.
lot for the teaching. At the beginning of the second phase of the teaching, you said the cycle could help you to buy and keep to accumulate the Bitcoin, for instance. But I've not seen where it is shown in the teaching. I've only seen how you can buy and sell, but not buy and keep.
So I didn't understand what is your purpose.
Yeah, I wanted to know because at the beginning of the cycle, you said now that the prices of the coin of the Bitcoin is a little bit low, you could be able to accumulate or buy and keep. But throughout the teaching of the second phase, you have only shown how to buy and resell. You have only shown how to buy and sell in a cycle, but not
Mhm.
how to somehow like accumulate the coin.
We are actually accumulating as well as trading. Previously, if you had attended a few months back, we were in the accumulation phase because that time was a down market. But now we have the seen that the up market has started.
Okay,
So this is the time to make profits from this up market. So if
okay,
you want to make profit, you have to keep on buying and selling every time it goes down. You are accumulating. Suppose you have given a 7 margin calls with 10% drop. So
mm-hmm.
what you are doing, you are accumulating when the prices goes down. You are buying more and more and accumulating in Bitcoin in your wallet. And when the price goes up, it starts to sell. So if you put 1.3%, it will sell each call at 1.3% take profit. But
Oh,
it will not sell and give you your USDT back and stop the trade, because since you have put it on cycle mode, it will start again
okay,
from where it has last sold. And if you put a 1% or 0.5% drop in the first buy, then it will wait for the drop and then buy again. So this way you are also accumulating as well as you are trading and making profits every day.
oh,
And since it is on cycle mode, you will keep on running this trade for as long as you want, till you want to change it and to one shot and stop the trade.
okay.
I hope this is clear now.
Yeah, many thanks. It's so much, Thanks a lot.
You must understand one more thing, that we are not we are traders, and we are still, if you want to be an investor, you will also always buy when the price goes down. We cannot accumulate at a higher price. That will be against the dollar cost averaging method. Suppose you buy today at $50,000 price and you buy it tomorrow at $51,000, you will be increasing your average price in that way. So always accumulate when the price is dropping. If suddenly something happens, and after maybe few days or 1 month, if price drops to $40,000 or below 40,000, you can increase your margin calls and you can accumulate more at the taking advantage of the dip in the market. But now we don't expect that market is going to drop much, and we can take a 10% drop, and we will keep on buying and selling on a cycle mode to take the profits that we want to have.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks for asking. Okay, Mr. Judith, I think Judith is asking, is it possible to, and is it positive to open more than margin calls instead of only 7 when you have more USDT? Yes, definitely. I just gave you a example of $300. If you have more capital, you want to trade at a bigger capital in the same coin, you can open 10 margin calls or 20 margin calls, as much as you want. But don't take a more than 20 or 25% drop in these call. You can even reduce the drop either by 0.5% or 0.3% or 0.4% in each call. That way you will be buying and selling at a very frequent rate. So you can open more margin calls, but you have to reduce your market drop in each call for that purpose. I hope you understood it. Okay, Mr. Charles is asking, what length of time can the trade go on cycle mode and how do you close? I already shown you that how you can change from cycle mode to one shot. That is when you want to decide to sell and don't buy again. It is up to you whenever you are ready to take profit. Some of you maybe they may want to sell at $60,000 price, so you can close there, and it is up to you how much price, how much take profit you want to take, because it is going to continue to rise for another 1 year. Most expected, the all-time high is $100,000. So even if you don't want to wait for a long time, you can take profit when you want, anywhere in between, and you can change from cycle mode to one shot. Someone is, if they have more patience, they can even continue after the all-time high. Maybe they want to continue for another 4 years. They are free to keep on trading and keep on accumulating. Okay, someone is asking, please, if you are trading in different coin already, how do you stop them to trade in, for example? I'm not asking you to change the coin you are trading. If you are trading on any other coin, you can keep on trading, and once you have sold that coin, you can put it on one shot. Once you have came out of that trade and you have your USDT back, then you can invest into BTC. Should I leave my strategy on one shot or cycle mode? You can continue in cycle mode. This strategy is for cycle trade till you see that Bitcoin has touched a new all-time high. Then you can change it to one shot. That is the time to take profits. Okay, Grace is asking, I used the same strategy before, but when it sold, it did not go back to buy it pumped up instead. How can I go about that? See, Grace, if your coin, if you have given a 0.5% or a 1% drop, in the last trade settings, the last line, then it will keep on waiting till that drop is hit. It will keep on waiting. It may wait for few days or few weeks also. But if the price is not coming down, it is going up and up, then it will not buy again. It will wait for the drop. And if you don't give any drop in the first buy, then it will buy at the same price if it is on cycle. If it is not buying after selling, then please check your strategy mode. It should be in cycle. Maybe it's on one shot. Okay, so I think I have answered all your questions, and I have given a good understanding to all of you. Someone says my hands is up, Mr. Abdul. If you want to unmute, you can unmute. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Manish. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Very good. My question is, with the cycle mode, how can one compound? Because since you've already set your first time amount and then the margin cost kept on with the specific figures that you put, and then here are profits coming. How do you use the profits back again in the cycle mode? I hope I'm clear.
I'm sorry, I cannot understand. Your voice is not clear. Can you repeat?
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, but your voice is not clearly audible. Can you repeat?
Yeah, I want to know how you can compound with the cycle mode.
Okay, you want to compound on cycle mode?
Exactly.
Okay, so you don't want to take profit every time it makes a profit. You wanted to use it in the same coin for trading, for compounding.
Exactly.
Okay, so I will show it to you. Just wait. Okay, so when you are trading on Bitcoin or any other coin, I told you can change your strategy mode when you come here, and these are the three available options. This is whole warehouse mode, when where we trade on 4 margin calls, most probably on the signals. This is where we want to take profit and don't want to use the profit in the same trade. But this is the middle option. This is meant for the compounding purpose. So if you want to compound, click on this sub-bin mode instead of this one, the below one. Click on sub-bin mode. What this will allow the robot, the robot will keep on trading, and once it makes a profit, it will add the profit to the same capital in the same trade, and this will keep on compounding your capital. So if you don't want to take out your profit from the trade, you want to reinvest your profit every time it makes a profit. You want it to be invested in the same trade for compounding purpose. What you can do, change this sub-bin real time to sub-bin mode like this. So this will help you in compounding, but this will not give you your profit in your revenue details. You will see in the transaction record. If you go up here and see the transaction record here, you will see the transaction record, how much profit it has made, but it will not reflect in your revenue details. Okay, the profit you will be earning, but it will be invested and compounding into the same trade. I hope you have now understood. You got my answer?
Can I come again, please?
You didn't understand?
Yeah, assuming somebody with $300, okay?
Okay.
And the person has already set the first buying amount, and then he has opened the margin cost of 7, and he's buying 37, okay?
Mhm.
So if he makes a profit, that means after every cycle that he makes a profit, how can that profit go back to be buying? That's what I wanted to understand. Because we've already set it to
As
the
long
system.
See, as long as the trade is running, it will keep on trading and giving you profit inside the same trade, and it will be keep on compounding in sub-bin mode. It will not take out the profit and give it in revenue details. So it will keep on repeating on cycle mode, and the profit will be invested into the capital in the same trade.
So
It
that means
doesn't matter how many
that
calls you have opened. You can trade on 4 calls or 7 calls or 10 calls. It will keep on using the same profit in the same trade.
okay, so that means if you start with $300 and then you made a profit of let's say $30, the $30
Mhm.
will go back and add up to the $300 and still be
Yes, yes,
invested for you.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Suppose
All
you
right.
start with $300 and you make a 10% profit, that is $30. This is
Yes.
your profit. This is your capital. This is your capital. This is your profit. So next time when the cycle starts, it will start with a capital of $330. This is will be your
Okay.
next capital. It will keep on increasing the capital.
Okay. And
Okay.
then the 37 will also change.
No, the 7 calls will be remain that will remain same because your first buy is the same. If you want to increase your first buy, since you have increased the capital by compounding, what you can do, come again here and increase the capital, increase the
Very good.
first
That's
buy.
what I was looking for.
Yes,
That's what I was looking for.
you
So
can
if you have to come
increase
back to
your yes, yes, yes. You can
first buy.
increase your first buy every time you see that your capital has increased by compounding. You can increase it. Suppose you make three
Thank you.
dollars here, so next time I will put a 53 here.
Thank
But
you very much. Thank
how
you
you
very much.
can calculate that is something you need to take care of, because suppose you have made a $10 profit. So what you will do, divided the profit by 8. Divide the profit by 8 margin calls. That will give you your amount of USDT you need to increase in your US in the first buy, because that is
Thank you
going to
very
be
much.
invested in 8 margin calls.
Okay.
Okay, so profit divided by 8, that will be your how much you want to increase your first buy. I hope you have now understood.
Thank you very much. I do understand.
Welcome, sir. Okay, anybody else wants to ask anything, or we can close the session? Anybody else? Okay, so I can see there are no more questions, and we can close the session now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all of you. You can use this strategy right now. If you want to start, you can start right now. So thank you so much, all of you. I hope today's session was helpful for all of you, and you can now plan about the next Bitcoin halving. You can prepare for the wonderful opportunity. Don't miss this opportunity. Start trading right now and take the advantage of this strategy to make the maximum profit. Thank you so much. God bless you all, and see you in the next session. Thank you so much, Leader Julius, for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge with all of you. See you next time. Till then, happy trading to all of you. Have a nice day.